Here's the weather in the Tampa Bay area now.
Here's our local Doppler radar.
Hey, mind your own business, okay? Here's our look at national business news.
I'm Kristen Scholler, and here's some top stories from Cheddar on Local Now. Uber being sued over allegations an executive obtained the medical records of a woman who was raped by a driver for the ride-hailing app in India. The lawsuit filed in a California criminal court names 3 defendants, including CEO Travis Kalanick, who is currently on a leave of absence from the company. In other news, Spotify saw a surge in paid user growth last year, but also doubled its operating loss. In a filing Thursday, the music streaming service saying paying subscribers rose more than 70% to 48 million, and revenues came in at over $3 billion. Lastly, Nike shares falling Thursday after the company announced it would cut about 2% of its global workforce. The athletic apparel maker saying it will now focus on consumers in the 12 cities across 10 countries that account for some 80% of its growth. That's it for us today. Check back later for updated financial news from Cheddar on Local Now. And make sure to watch all of our coverage live on cheddar.com, Sling TV, and Amazon Live.
Now, your Tampa Bay area forecast.
I'm Orlin Sidney. Here's your Tampa forecast, which includes chance of thunderstorms, still warm and humid, kind of standard menu items for this time of year, certainly. Good chance you could see a sea breeze thunderstorm as we go through the late afternoon into the evening. Certainly some good news. We'll take all the rain we can get. Here we go overnight. There'll be some lingering kind of leftover thunderstorms on the sea breeze by the time we hit midnight, but then the wee hours of the morning, everything becomes much more widely scattered, mainly looking at showers offshore, though Tampa could manage to pick up a little rain by 5 a.m. 76 degrees there, partly cloudy. Sarasota 75. Coming into the inland areas, Winter Haven there 73, and Arcadia at 71. So early morning, could see a few thunderstorm chances. Then look for temperatures to start rising pretty quickly, actually. 9 a.m. it's already 80 degrees. 11 a.m. look for mostly cloudy. Temperatures there in the 80s. Could see a spotty thunderstorm in the afternoon. Then look for mostly to partly cloudy conditions. Sunny by the time we hit 5 p.m. You're high in the mid 80s.
There's breaking weather where you live. Hey, Tampa Bay area, your next 7 days.
Tonight, scattered thunderstorms. Low 76. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain 80%. Friday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 87. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour.
Here's the outlook for your week ahead.
You're watching Local Now. We couldn't do this alone. We're powered by the best sources of local information out there. Oh, and coffee. Lots and lots of coffee.
Tampa Bay area, let's check out your travel information.
Very heavy traffic on northbound I-75 from the Brandon area past I-4 to past Fowler. Also, we've got stop-and-go traffic on eastbound I-4 from downtown Tampa out to around 50th Street. Very heavy traffic still on the eastbound side of the Howard Franklin Bridge from Midspan into downtown. Also, the Gandy Bridge seeing delays now from Midspan over to the Summit Expressway. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
These are the latest incidents and events in your area. Let's take a look at the latest airport delays. Tasty stuff. Tampa, it's time for dinner. This is the top spot to try today. Here's a local pick you shouldn't miss. Here's another local pick in our area that's looking great. Here's a look at the full list of top picks for our area. Happy dining! Here's a look at your local news headlines. National news in 60 now.
They started shooting at me. I was pinned down in right field, and at that point I got struck in the leg and made a run for it. I was running for my life.
It's the right thing to do. It's the right time to play this game. There were some people that thought maybe should we not play it. But as Speaker Ryan and I and Joe Barton and Mike Dole talked about, we need to play this game. It's baseball. It's America. And when America gets punched, America punches back, and we'll do that tonight.
Otto's an amazing kid. What he endured, to the brutality and the terror that he went through, and he made it back to the United States, and the performance he did. But that doesn't really speak to who Otto really is. Otto is a sweet, loving, kind person.
Sadly, I can confirm that the number of people that have died is now 17. We do believe that that number will sadly increase.
But right now, people want answers, and it's absolutely right. And that's why I am today ordering a full public inquiry into this disaster. We need to know what happened.
You're watching Local Now, connecting you to your community since 2016. Like what you see, follow us on social for even more local enlightenment.
Lights, camera, and action.
I think she's a feminist superhero. I also think it's really great that so many men, so many boys are so in love with Wonder Woman, and that really just makes it so inclusive.
The film also celebrates this amazing performer and this amazing singer. I mean, I think the footage that Rudy Dolittle, my co-director, shot is astonishing.
Activision invited me here. I'm a big fan of them, and it was nice of them to offer me to be an ambassador of their game, and I'm here totally behind it.
It was invented in 1987 by a guy named Steve Wilhite, and he invented the format to get images to render on the internet. And it's taken a little while for technology to catch up, bandwidth, processing, cost, and even mobile penetration. But now, since technology is everywhere, there's so much bandwidth, everyone's got a little screen and supercomputer in their pocket, you're seeing people use visual things to communicate rather than words.
There's breaking weather where you live. Tampa Bay area. These are your conditions right now.
77 degrees with a thunderstorm. Here's our local Doppler radar.
It's time to ride. Here's your traffic.
Crash on Adamo Drive and 50th Street. Also very heavy traffic still on some of our interstates through downtown Tampa, including eastbound I-4 from 275 out to around 50th Street. Gandy Bridge also still very slow into Tampa from about mid-span over to West Shore, and flooding in a number of areas in South Tampa as showers move through the area. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough. Traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
These are the latest incidents and events in your area. And now, your sports highlights and scores.
Rays and the Blue Jays north of the border. Top of the third, Corey Dickerson mashing this year. With 2 on, Dickerson off Francisco Liriano smokes one to the gap in right. Both runners on first and second going to come around to score as Dickerson going to end up on third with the RBI triple. Rays up early, 2-0. Toronto's offense going to try and get going in the bottom of the fifth against Jake Odorizzi. Jose Bautista singles up the middle. Ryan Goins comes in to score to make it 3-2. Aggressive base running as we go first to third there. Next batter is Kendrys Morales. And Morales flips the scoreboard with one swing of the stick. A 3-run shot puts his team up 5-3, number 13 on the year for Kendrys. Rays not done, though. Logan Morrison comes on in a 6-3 game with a runner on first and goes the other way, an opposite field 2-run shot. The Rays would add a third run in that frame to tie the game, but in the 8th, Russell Martin changes all that. Martin breaks the 6-6 tie, taking Jose Alvarado deep to left center. 6th homer of the year, and that's the difference. Blue Jays beat the Rays 7-6.
Kick it!
Here's the weather in the Tampa Bay area now.
Here's our local Doppler radar.
Hey, mind your own business, okay? Here's our look at national business news.
I'm Kristen Scholler, and here's some top stories from Cheddar on Local Now. Uber being sued over allegations an executive obtained the medical records of a woman who was raped by a driver for the ride-hailing app in India. The lawsuit filed in a California criminal court names 3 defendants, including CEO Travis Kalanick, who is currently on a leave of absence from the company. In other news, Spotify saw a surge in paid user growth last year, but also doubled its operating loss. In a filing Thursday, the music streaming service saying paying subscribers rose more than 70% to 48 million, and revenues came in at over $3 billion. Lastly, Nike shares falling Thursday after the company announced it would cut about 2% of its global workforce. The athletic apparel maker saying it will now focus on consumers in the 12 cities across 10 countries that account for some 80% of its growth. That's it for us today. Check back later for updated financial news from Cheddar on Local Now. And make sure to watch all of our coverage live on cheddar.com, Sling TV, and Amazon Live.